gang, Happy New Year 2017, let's do this thing. If you were at Carol's, you would have got one of these little booklets. If you weren't at Carol's, then where the heck were you? Because you missed out on getting one of these little books which you can pick up next week. Our quest as St. Mark's people is not to put on a good show, thank goodness, because we'd failed at that one. Our quest is to grow as disciples. That's our quest. What Jesus has said, come follow me. Figure the rest out while you're doing it. Figure how you follow me in your finances, in your family life, in your relationship life, if you're in your working life. Figure it out what it looks like to be a disciple in your city, in your home, on your street, in your workplace, in your neighborhood. Figure it out as you go. So the question we've been asking is, well, how do you grow as a disciple? And the Bible is pretty clear. There's a few things that are really obvious and actually pretty easy to do. One of them is go into your room, shut the door, and behind closed scenes, well, nobody else can see you, spend some time reading the Bible. Spend some time in the Word of God. Spend some time allowing it to soak into you, allowing it to percolate into you, because it changes you as you do it. You get to know the voice of Jesus. You get to understand what He's like. You get to have this faith that kind of almost grows by stealth. You don't even have to work at it because you put in good stuff in. If the only input into my life is EastEnders and Bake Off, I don't know, then I'm not going to get great stuff out. But if I'm putting great stuff in with the Bible, if I'm praying, if I'm journaling, if I'm writing down each day, didn't understand that bit, or loved that bit just rocked my world, that bit I need to come back to because it just changed everything, this bit I need to ask somebody else about. If you're doing that, we're going to grow as disciples. That's the whole ball game. So I want to encourage you, grab your book. We start tomorrow on the 1st or the 2nd as it is, and we want to say just commit to spending 5 minutes. The readings are shorter this year, praise the Lord. So all you need to do is spend 5 minutes, read a bit of the Bible, note down some things that strike you as brilliant, as odd, as hard, as weird, and then talk about them with other people in your group. If you're in a group, you know who I'm talking about. If you're not in a group or a pair or a triplet, then get in one. If you want help with that, then speak to Alice or to myself, and we will try and pair you up or whatever. There is a whole host of stuff in here for you to search through. There are some meal ideas, some table ideas for you to do with your group or your parents. Say, hey, let's talk about this stuff, because it's never supposed to be an individual thing being a Jesus person. It's supposed to be a community thing. We're supposed to help each other out. We're supposed to sit around a table and go, hey, how you doing? And you're supposed to be able to say, not good or great, and everything in between, to cheer each other on, to encourage each other, to say, hey, we've got you this week. You haven't got enough strength to stand because you're going through a time of trial. We've got you. There's some table ideas in here. There's some family ideas. If you're in a family that you can talk about around the table or in the backseat of a car as you're driving along, and talk about Jesus and talk about faith, and those would be the basis of some of the kids' church stuff as well. I want to encourage you to go for it. If you miss a day, don't worry about it. Jump back on the horse and encourage each other to do this. This is going to be just a little bit below the Bible in importance for us this year, because I want us to grow as disciples. It's the best thing I can offer you, is to grow closer to Jesus the whole time. And the best way to do that is to develop a habit of spending time with Him as often as you possibly can, to keep the conversation going each day. As we go into 2017, I want to say, bless you, may God bless you, may He cause His face to shine upon you, may He give you peace and joy and hope. May this be a fantastic year, filled with laughter, filled with blessing, filled with people in your life, filled with joy. May you thrive this year. May the troubles of last year not follow you into this year. May we together go on an incredible adventure of faith. May we do church in 1,000 new ways, in 100 new places. I don't know what's going to happen this year. I know it will be good. I know there'll be some trials, but I know it will be good. I know that we'll feed a whole bunch more children than we did this year. I know that we'll find ourselves in a whole bunch more situations that we don't know what to do with, but I know that we're going to do it together as we follow the call of Jesus to follow Him. This week we're going to look at Acts, the start of the church. Jesus has just finished His kind of time on earth, and He says, look, I'm going off to prepare a place for you, and in the meantime, what I want you to do is represent me on earth, advertise me well on earth, be a mini Jesus on earth. I'm going to give you the gift of my presence, the gift of the Spirit of God, which is always with you, in you, surrounding you, propelling you forward, motivating you, guiding you, encouraging you, speaking to you, teaching you, instructing you, healing you, gifting you. I'm going to leave you that Spirit. And so as we start with Acts tomorrow, you're going to discover the birthplace of the church, where a few motley crew, a bit like us, figure out what is it? What does it look like if we follow this Jesus guy in this new time, in this new place, in this new problem that we encounter? It's going to be exciting, it's going to be a blast as we go into 2017. May God bless you, and we'll see you on the 8th back at the Buzzing.